I've got this old, crinkled paper map of Ohio, and my finger keeps tracing one spot, Appalachia. Most people just drive through, but what if the real adventure is right here, in these forgotten towns? This isn't about tourist traps, it's about finding the soul of a place, diving into the unknown, and meeting the people who call it home. I've packed my camera, filled the tank, and queued up some royalty-free tracks. We're heading into the heart of Appalachian, Ohio. If you believe in the power of stories and hidden adventures, hit that subscribe button. It means everything. Let's get this show on the road. First stop, a town built on black diamonds. The moment you leave the highway, the world gets quieter. Welcome to Shawnee, Ohio, population just over 600. A century ago, this was a booming coal town, the heart of the little cities of black diamonds. Now, ornate brick buildings stand as reminders of a time when coal was king. The Tecumseh Theater, built in 1907, still towers over Main Street, a symbol of the ambition and pride that once filled these hills. But coal's story is always boom and bust. When the mines closed, most people left. Shawnee faced a choice: fade away or fight to survive. What's happening now is the fight. Artists, historians, and entrepreneurs are returning, drawn by the town's spirit and history. I met a local whose family mined these hills for generations. He pointed to a tree-covered hill and said, "That whole thing is hollow. We took everything out of it." Some mine fires still burn underground, a perfect metaphor for Shawnee's resilience. The town is a living museum, but it's not stuck in the past. Community gardens grow where saloons once stood, and new art galleries fill century-old storefronts. The forest is always trying to reclaim the land, but the people here push back, preserving what matters. Walking the quiet streets, you feel the tension between nature and human creation. Locals run historical societies, give tours, and share stories with fierce pride. Shawnee isn't about nostalgia, it's about identity and reinvention. This place teaches you about the cycles of industry, the cost of relying on finite resources, and the power of community. As I pack up, I take one last look at the Tecumseh Theater. It's more than a building, it's a promise from the past, kept alive by those who refuse to let Shawnee become just another ghost town. Here, the ghosts don't haunt, they inspire. And that's why I'm here. Next stop, Nelsonville. Bigger than Shawnee, but cut from the same Appalachian cloth. If Shawnee was built on coal, Nelsonville was built on bricks. Nelsonville block, shipped across America. The historic public square is a Victorian time capsule, alive with cafes, shops, and art galleries. But the real heartbeat? The Hocking Valley Scenic Railway. The train's whistle echoes the valley's past, when these tracks hauled coal and bricks to the world. I hopped aboard, watching the forest roll by, passing abandoned mines and rusted tipples, reminders of industry and nature's slow reclamation. The conductor, a volunteer historian, shared stories of every bend and ghost town along the way. Back in town, creativity pulses everywhere. Murals on brick walls, live music in breweries, and galleries filled with local art. Stewart's Opera House, rebuilt after a fire, is a cultural anchor, drawing national acts to this small town. The bricks are everywhere, a tangible link to the past, heavy with history. Nelsonville isn't polished for tourists, it's authentic, a town in transition, wearing its scars with pride. As the sun sets on the public square, I realize this is a town of makers. They built the bricks, laid the tracks, and now they're building a new identity. One of art, music, and creative reinvention. Nelsonville's story is one of grit, craftsmanship, and transformation. East along the Ohio River lies Marietta, the first permanent U.S. settlement northwest of the river, where the West truly began. Founded in 1788 by Revolutionary War veterans, Marietta was designed with wide streets, parks, and schools, a utopian vision for a new society. The city's most striking features are ancient earthworks built by the Hopewell and Adena cultures, with the Conus Mound now anchoring the town cemetery. Walking among pioneer graves in the shadow of a 2,000-year-old mound, you feel the weight of millennia. The Ohio River is Marietta's lifeblood, lined with parks and a river trail. Barges still ply the waters, echoing centuries of commerce. The Campus Martius Museum stands on the original settlers' stockade, preserving Rufus Putnam's actual home, a window into the hardships and courage of the first pioneers. Marietta is also a city of steamboats. The Ohio River Museum tells the story, and the W.P. Snyder Jr. steamboat lets you step into the past. Downtown, historic buildings house antique shops, bookstores, and cozy restaurants. The city invites you to slow down and listen to its stories. I met a woman tending flowers in a public square. Her family's lived here 6 generations. For her, Marietta is a living family album. Flying the drone over the confluence of the Ohio and Muskingum rivers, you see the ancient mounds, the original grid, and stern wheelers, all layers of history and human endeavor. Marietta's prosperity was built on location and vision, not just resources. It feels permanent, stable, a cornerstone of Appalachian Ohio. This place reminds you, the story of Appalachia is a tapestry, not a single thread. Just outside Nelsonville is Athens, a college town with a creative spirit and a haunted past. Ohio University's brick streets buzz with students, coffee shops, and bookstores. But looming above is the Ridges, once the Athens lunatic asylum, a place of innovation, then overcrowding and suffering. Legends swirl ghosts in the halls, strange lights, and the true story of Margaret Schilling, whose outline remains on the floor where she died. The university now owns the property, repurposing buildings for art and offices, but the main structure still casts a Gothic shadow. Walking the grounds, you find hiking trails and cemeteries where thousands of patients are buried, many marked only by numbers. A stark reminder of forgotten lives. Athens is more than its asylum. The town is alive with music, art, and festivals. Court Street pulses with energy, and the Athena Cinema hosts film nights. The university's classic campus is one of the oldest in America, making education and creativity part of the town's DNA. Athens is a place of contrasts, light and shadow, creativity and confinement, optimism and memory. The legendary Halloween block party is a wild celebration, a way of thumbing its nose at the darkness. Athens teaches us a place can be many things at once, a place of learning, suffering, creativity, and hope. My final stop, Zanesville, home to the legendary Y Bridge, a bridge shaped like a Y, connecting 3 riverbanks. It's the only place you can cross a bridge and end up on the same side you started. Even Amelia Earhart loved the local joke, drive to the middle and turn left. The Y Bridge is in its 5th iteration, a symbol of the city's persistence and ingenuity. But Zanesville is more than its bridge. It was once a world center for art pottery, thanks to rich local clay. Antique malls here are museums of Roseville, Weller, and McCoy pottery, functional art that brought beauty to everyday life. The historic district's stone-paved streets, made of massive sandstone blocks, rattle you back to the 19th century. Zanesville has a working-class soul, less polished than Marietta, less bohemian than Athens, but full of quiet pride. Down by the river, the Licking and Muskingum meet, a metaphor for the city itself, where paths and histories converge. From above, the Y Bridge looks like a sculpture, stitching the city together. Zanesville encapsulates Appalachian Ohio rich industry, craftsmanship, quirky character, and a deep connection to the land. This journey has been about more than places. It's about understanding a region of beauty, history, and resilience. From Shawnee's coal mines to Zanesville's Y Bridge, Appalachian Ohio is a story of making, surviving, and reinventing. That's it. 5 towns, hundreds of miles, and 1,000 stories. The biggest lesson? Adventure is everywhere, especially in the places most people overlook. I hope this inspires you to take a turn you've never taken to find your own hidden gems. If this story resonated, hit subscribe. It's the best way to support these journeys. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Now go explore. Go find your own Y bridge.